Hi, I'm Nancy Friedman, the telephone doctor, and today we're going to talk about maintaining relationships with current and past customers. Now, most of us are familiar with the importance of good customer service, but how do we follow up with customers who have previously bought from our company? Are there techniques and practices we should be using with our clients? Of course there are. Let's talk about strategies to help build a relationship rather than just one interaction. There's an important factor missing today, the follow-up, dealing with a customer after the relationship has been established. Now, companies advertise to do more business, and your company probably treats new prospects very well when they're considering doing business with your firm. But what happens after they've bought? Too often, nothing. There's no follow-up. Your organization's database likely has thousands of names in it. How much more business is out there waiting to buy again, and how many will go to the competition because they're being neglected? Well, today we'll show you how to make an effective follow-up call by offering 5 common situations which can occur when maintaining customer relationships. Here we go. We call but reach the customer's voicemail. And actually, reaching your customer's voicemail is more of a probability than a possibility. Chances are very high that when you call a customer, you get his or her voicemail. So instead of being disappointed or even surprised when you reach voicemail, why not expect it? And more importantly, prepare for it. Have your message planned out in advance so you'll leave an effective message and get value out of every call.
Jim Scott's overdue to get a call. He's a good customer. I'm going to call him now.
Hi, this is Jim Scott. I'm either out of the office or on another call. Go ahead and leave me a message. I'll return the call as soon as possible.
Hi, Jim. It's Joe Martin from Wichita Widgets. You had ordered some of our titanium widgets a few months ago, and I'm checking in to be sure they're all doing what they're supposed to be doing. Want to make sure that everything is well. I'll follow up with you again in a few weeks. However, if you do have a question, feel free to call me at 316-838-2222. Again, that's 316-838-2222. And it's Joe Martin with Wichita Widgets.
Good message, Joe, and great delivery, upbeat, happy, and smiling. Now, Joe has a list of folks who have purchased from him, and he's keenly aware of the importance of staying in touch. Oh, sure, we all tend to follow up with the people who buy lots from us, but in truth, it's important to touch all your customers in some way a few times throughout the year. No one likes to be forgotten. Now Jim knows Joe is thinking about him. And here's an important step. Joe's also going to do what we have labeled as sandwiching. Sandwiching is using 2 channels of communication in order to help make contact and get your message heard. It's good because what Joe will do now is get a quick email off to Jim right after his voicemail, letting him know he's thinking of him. And sandwiching is extremely effective because we never know which touch point of communication our contact will be using first. Leaving a voicemail sandwiched with an email is our attempt to get value out of every call, even when we don't reach the person. Here's Joe's email, which he sent following the voicemail message. It's short and sweet.
Hi, Jim. Just left you a voicemail and wanted to cover all the bases to see how the new widgets are working out for you. Trust all is well. We appreciate your business. I'll talk with you soon. Best wishes, Joe.
Reaching the customer with a phone call is not the only way to communicate. What's important is you want to show him that you're thinking about him. Now let's check in on the customer.
Whoa, 19 voicemail messages. I'll need to get to those later. Let's see what emails I've got. Pull up the message list and answer the important ones. Joe Martin. Oh, right, we bought those widgets from them. Oh, that's nice. Want to see how we like them. Nice touch. And I see you left a voicemail message, too. Good coverage, since I won't be able to check my voicemail for a while. Joe Martin, you are one sharp guy.
Whenever you make a follow-up call, be prepared to reach voicemail. Have some bullet points already written out so you don't sound unprepared. Now, let's see our next scenario.
Good morning, Bassomatic. This is Sean.
Hi, Sean. I'd like to speak to Tom Davis, please.
Mr. Davis is no longer with the company.
Oh, wow. Sorry to hear that. Okay, thanks.
Yep, goodbye.
Sometimes when you call, the contact person isn't there anymore, but it's important to get value out of every call. Let's watch that done much better.
Mr. Davis is no longer with the company.
Oh, sorry. Obviously, I wasn't aware of that. Who has taken Mr. Davis's place?
Oh, that's me. I'm Sean Hicks.
That's the idea. Be proactive. Find out who replaced Mr. Davis. There's a new person in the job who you may or may not know, but now is the time to build rapport and save the business.
Oh, well, hi there, Sean. It's nice to meet you by phone. This is Joe Martin with Wichita Widgets. First off, did I catch you at a good time? Do you have a quick minute for me?
Yeah, sure.
Well, thank you. Again, it's Joe Martin with Wichita Widgets. We've done business with Bassomatic in the past, and I wanted to introduce myself.
Did you notice Joe didn't refer to Mr. Davis? Often when someone leaves an organization, you get a little hint if it's positive or negative. If it's positive, the person's answer might have been different.
Well, actually, Mr. Davis has retired.
Or,
Mr. Davis has been promoted to vice president. He's in our Little Rock office now.
but when the answer is,
Mr. Davis is no longer with the company.
Mr. Davis may have left to go elsewhere, or he may have been terminated. So Joe was smart not to ask what happened and probably start the conversation with Sean on a negative note. With Sean new to the job, that's the time for Joe to build rapport and try to cement the new relationship. Now let's examine the third of our likely scenarios. This is when you reach your customer and your objective is to simply check in and say hello to stay in touch. Nothing more. We call it the NUM call. NUM stands for no ulterior motive call.
Let's see. I haven't spoken with Jim over at Brewster Medical for a while. I'm going to call his direct number.
Good afternoon, purchasing. This is Jim.
Hi, Jim. It's Joe Martin from Wichita Widgets. Did I catch you at a good time?
Hey, Joe, sure.
I haven't talked with you in a while, and I wanted to see how you're doing. How was the Hawaiian vacation?
Oh, Joe, Hawaii was wonderful. I went fishing or golfing every day.
Glad to hear it. How many times did you break 80?
None. I was lucky to break 100, and that was on the front 9.
Yeah, right. Hey, the word's out. I hear you might join the tour.
Oh, not me. I just put it on the fairway and try to keep from embarrassing myself.
Oh, sure. Anyway, listen, I wanted to give you a call and touch base with you and to thank you for being a good customer.
Well, I appreciate that. You know, it's always a pleasure to talk to the Wizard of Widgets. Thanks for calling, Joe.
You're welcome. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye now.
What you just saw is what we have labeled as a NUM call, no ulterior motive. And by that we mean, from the customer's perspective, you aren't asking for anything. You're simply checking in to be sure everything's okay. It's a goodwill call rather than a sales call, although the rapport building will help in the future. The main idea is to let the customers know you're thinking about them. Here's another possible situation that might happen when Joe makes a follow-up call. He might reach a customer who's unhappy. This is a good example. And when I discuss follow-up calls with customer service professionals, some will say they're nervous about calling customers. What if they're unhappy about something? Well, when you think about it, that's one of the most important reasons to make a follow-up call, to maintain the relationship and learn about any issues your customer may have. If you find a problem, you can take immediate action to make things right. Watch Joe with this unhappy customer.
Okay, Paige over at Atkinson.
Good afternoon, Atkinson Electrical. This is Paige.
Hi, Paige. This is Joe Martin with Wichita Widgets. Did I catch you at a good time? Do you have a minute to talk?
Hey, Joe. Actually, I was going to call you. We're having some real problems with your widgets.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear about that, Paige. What happened?
Yeah, I'm getting some complaints from our engineering department. They're experiencing a rust problem, and we're having to replace widgets about every 6 months.
Well, obviously that is not right. At least now I know there's a problem. I can try and fix it and still save the account. So, Paige, please tell me exactly the specific situation that's giving you trouble.
It's down in this job site in Florida. We're really unhappy with it.
Where's the job site located?
It's down in the Keys, in a town called Islamorada, at one of our boat yards.
The Keys, huh? Now, you normally use our widgets at your plant near Gainesville, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I think I know what the problem is, too. It may be the salt air. Now, we actually make a stainless steel widget just for situations like this. Listen, I tell you what I'll do. I'll go ahead.
By calling Paige, Joe found out about a problem so that he could fix it and not lose a valuable client. Here's a case where a follow-up call put out a fire and probably saved a client. What do you think would have happened if Joe hadn't made the call? Right, he'd likely lose the account. Now let's see what happens when we call and the timing is just right.
Let's see who else I can touch base with here. Hey, how about Randall over at Beacon Financial?
Good afternoon, Beacon Financial. This is Randall.
Hi, Randall. This is Joe Martin at Wichita Widgets. Do you have a quick minute for me?
Hey, Joe. Sure, this time is as good as any. In fact, are your ears burning?
No, my ears are pretty cold.
We were just talking about you yesterday. We're going to need more widgets, and I was going to give you a call later on this week.
Well, hey, that's great news. I was calling to say hello, but hey, if you need more widgets, I'm Joe the Widget Guy. What can I help you with?
Well, you know, it's ironic because one of your competitors, US Widgets, has been trying to get our business. But frankly, the prices are similar, and we like the service that you give us.
Well, thank you very much, Randall. I do appreciate the nice words. So tell me what you need. I'll get the office working on it.
Well, you know the new mini widget, the green one?
Yeah.
That's the idea.
Popular.
Let's review what we covered today. When we make our follow-up calls to maintain customer relationships, there are 5 common situations we can expect to encounter. We call, and the customer is not there, so we leave a voicemail, plus we send an email, the sandwich approach. The second possibility is that we call and our contact isn't in that position anymore. That's not common, but it does happen. We included this example because a new person in a key position often wants his or her own pet suppliers. This is an important opportunity to build rapport and save the account. Our third example is where you make the follow-up call and reach the client. All is well, and you're making a NUM call, a no ulterior motive call. Our fourth example is another important one. You reach the customer and there's a problem. Don't fear this one. You're actually lucky you found the problem because now you have a chance to fix it. Left alone, the problem would likely only get worse. Either a fiercely angry customer, possibly losing the account to a competitor, or both. You found it, and now you have a chance to fix it. And finally, our last example, you've reached the customer, and they're glad you called. They need more widgets. Isn't every customer a potential future customer? Maintaining customer relationships is a smart business plan. It's both a practical and a positive way to do business. We need to take care of our clients before, during, and especially after they buy our products or services. And since we're all concerned about customer satisfaction, it's important we service our clients after the sale to show them we appreciate their business. Most products or services have competitors with similar prices and features. The tiebreaker can be how good your company does follow-up customer service. Being genuinely concerned with their satisfaction, that's the way to be different, to stand out from the rest. We want to maintain customer relationships. Doesn't it make sense to follow up and seek repeat business? Sure it does, especially since we're looking for an ongoing relationship rather than just one sale. Okay, there you have it. Maintaining customer relationships. I'm Nancy Friedman, the telephone doctor. Thank you for watching.